Hi guys, Going Green Mom here with my first garden tour of 2021. I am kind of just walking around and going to show you what I want to get done because I haven't been in the garden much to this point. I live in northern Indiana, zone 5A, 5B. I'm right on the line. So I definitely want to get the railing fixed on the steps back here, and then in the next week or so I will be replacing this door. I ordered one back in October and it just came in last week, so I'll be taking care of that. I also have the screen to rescreen this door, the screen door. And then I'll probably actually be planting where I'm standing this year. But then I've got a couple of trees that need moved, so I'll probably be putting one in between the house and the shed, and hopefully one back here, depending on what the guys mark when I call 811. I do have a forsythia bush that I need to clean the leaves and junk out from underneath, but then I will probably have the same lemon balm that has been underneath that. This is a raised bed I put in 2 years ago, I think. It didn't get completely filled back then, and I didn't use it last year because I thought I was going to be moving. So I'm going to pull out these weeds. I've got cloth to put down, and then I will be dumping the containers that I had planted last year back here to use that soil. This is my Mount Morenzy cherry tree. I do have BT that will be coming in the next week or so, and I will probably start spraying in the next 2 weeks because the peach tree is looking ready to get ready to blossom. So what I found in my research last year was that I need to start spraying a week before they blossom, and then continue every 2 weeks through the end of the fruiting season. So these are some naked ladies. They will continue to pop up. That foliage will get to be a foot or two high and die off in late May. Then I'll have spikes of shimmery purple, pink, iridescent flowers in early August. This is a transplanted peach tree that started growing in my compost pile a year or so ago, and it's very lopsided because it was growing through the snow fence that made my compost pile. So I would like to do something to try and get the base protected, as well as sort of start straightening that up. This bed here has black raspberries, I believe a red currant bush, as well as strawberries, and then towards the front I am planning to put some tomatoes in the ground because historically it has done really well for tomatoes here, just due to lighting conditions and such. But obviously it needs cleaned up first. I did weed eat it last year and stuff. You know, I like the weed eater, but it really doesn't work well for garden beds because it just puts it right back down on top. And yeah, so this is where I figured out that I have been flooding my yard with water for the last 2 days, and that's what the weird sound is every time I'm like by my sink in the kitchen. These are the trees that I want to move. This is another peach and then a maple. And obviously I have some soil and mulch and stuff laying around as well. The barrel stove needs moved back. It actually lives closer over by those trees, so it's out of sight. But I'm basically going to dump all of these containers except for the blueberries in that back bed. And then this will be mulched, and I might put some dirt up next to the deck for peas. My problem with that is I like fresh peas, and I really need to pressurize those before I eat them. So I don't know, maybe the kids will snack on them. This is some bulbs that are coming up next to that barrel stove right now. And then you can see where the comfrey's at down in the corner. This raised bed is actually behind the comfrey, and I've got a couple of comfrey plants that need transplanted out of here. I cut them too close to the ground, so the stems rooted when I used them for the sheet mulch. And then I think I've got lamb's ear in here. Not lamb's ear. I don't remember what it's called. But it kind of looks like an ear. This is my sedum. It definitely needs some leaves cleaned out, and I need to pull those old stalks. I do tend to leave old stalks and things, because a lot of insects and butterflies and such leave, like that's where they overwinter. So if you completely clean everything up, even if you're planting things that will help them, it still kills them off because you basically took out their nesting areas. This is another tree that needs moved. This is a cherry tree. This is my tulip bed. Obviously needs grass taken out. And then after the tulips and buttercups are done, it gives way to strawberries the rest of the year. And then that point out there next to the cement pads is full of iris and catnip. And then of course my garden Buddha lives here. And then I didn't really show it, but my rosemary is in the corner of that bed as well. It always amazes me to see birds, because when I first moved to this lot, there were no trees, there was nothing. It was just grass, and I didn't have any wildlife whatsoever. So that was my peach tree, my main one. She was planted probably 12 years ago now. And was a 3-year-old tree when I planted her. This bed up front has ditch lilies, spiderwort, chives, a little bit of hostas in between these chive spaces over here by the corner. These are some tulips that are starting to pop through out by the road. I really think I might try to plant some more out by the road, but it would have to be like ornamental flowers, due to the park spraying and putting chemicals down during the winter. So this is my lamb's ear and spearmint. Over to the left, I've got Oriental Honeysuckle, which is very invasive and I did not plant. That is a constant struggle to get out. And then unfortunately my Russian sage is not showing any signs of life over by the fence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.